I'm joined with Catherine, and currently we are still in pandemic times. And a common question that we are seeing a lot from buyers or prospective buyers is, will there be a big wave of foreclosures ahead? And so obviously that's very topical. We're seeing it firsthand. Everyone's really browsing, but not convinced if they want to buy right now.
Some people are, yes.
Yeah, so let's delve in. What exactly is a foreclosure?
A foreclosure is a legal process where your lender, your mortgage lender, forces the sale of the home. The house that you purchased and you took a mortgage out on was the collateral for that loan. So to get their money back, because normally the property owner is not making payments, they force the sale of the home to try to get some of that cash that they lent you back.
Right, and so how can that situation benefit a buyer? Why would I'm looking to purchase a home, why would I be inclined to select a foreclosure?
If you are thinking about purchasing a home that has been foreclosed, the main incentive is that you could get it at below market value. However, right now we're in a seller's market, and when the lender forces that sale of that home, he is effectively a seller. They're trying to recoup the money that they've lost, right?
Right.
So how great a deal that may be remains to be determined, and it's on an individual case-by-case basis. It depends on the home, what that lender's doing, and so forth. The negative part of that equation is there is no true homeowner anymore. The asset, the house, now belongs to a bank who forced that, taking that property back. And they don't have any records if the property had a leaky roof, if there was, any knowledge about the property. So you have to analyze each situation closely,
Right.
and make sure that you're fully aware of what you're going to purchase.
Right, so it definitely seems like a foreclosure is just as much as a gamble as purchasing any home could be, if not more.
Right.
So now comes the question, is there a wave of foreclosures coming? What would prompt that? With the pandemic, is it prompting it?
So the fear began back when the work from home orders were issued, and people were allowed forbearance, meaning if you were a homeowner, you could call your bank and request a hold on your payments. Forbearance was just a hold though, meaning you could, because you were likely affected by the pandemic, and your employment was removed or you were laid off or whatever, you did not have to make those payments. However, most individuals received a 3-month forbearance. Then on month 4, you have to make those payments back. So that's where the fear comes from, meaning there's all of these people who didn't make 3 months worth of payments, and now month 4 comes up and you still gotta make that payment, and you don't have any money.
Right.
And so the theory goes, those people are now gonna lose their home. But in order for you to lose your home to a foreclosure, 2 things need to happen. You cannot have any cash to make those payments, and you also don't have any other alternatives but to lose your home to a foreclosure. So those 2 things need to happen, and the truth is that didn't occur. The predictions and the fear of this big wave of foreclosures coming comes from thinking 30% of property owners that have a mortgage are in forbearance, but that didn't happen. We only had, at our peak, only 8.6 of property owners took advantage of that forbearance option. And since the country has slowly started opening up, that number has been dropping steadily.
Right.
Another reason why I don't think that's happening is most property owners today have some sort of equity, 25% or more. So remember what I said, 2 things need to happen. You can't have any money and you can't have any other options.
Right.
If you have equity, that's your money in there.
That's your
money.
yeah.
Yes, you do. So you could sell, you could borrow against it, you could refinance. There are things that you could do.
Right.
So again, those foreclosures will only happen if you are dead out of money and no other options are available to you.
Right. And so for most owners during this time, there is a kind of sense of security because the pandemic is situational. And the forbearance, all of that, it seems like even though things seem crazy, they are kind of staying somewhat normal, and like we're reopening, so hopefully things get better. So that also begs the question, should a buyer wait for foreclosures to happen if they happen, or just go ahead and buy now?
A buyer should buy whatever's the best deal whenever you're ready.
Right.
So thinking in a year from now there will be a wave of foreclosures, that may be, right? And that may be the time to take advantage of that moment in time then. However, the fact that that's a possibility, well, I think it's a very far and unlikely possibility, you should not put off you should not write off any valuable investment today because of that possibility. So if you have cash now and there's a good deal now and the numbers pencil out today, you should make that move today. You shouldn't be waiting for that shiny object at the far end of the road because you don't know that it'll be there with any certainty. What we do know today is that properties are holding their value steadily.
Right.
Money is cheap if you're going to finance it. If you are a cash buyer, you tend to be able to get a little bit more of a discount than if you were a financed buyer. And all of those markers make it attractive for investments today. Rents are going up, so if you're going to be a landlord, you're likely to collect higher rents. The low interest rate means your debt service will be low, so your profit margin increases. So you should make an investment when it makes sense for you, regardless of what could happen down the future. A car could hit me when I walk out of the office. Doesn't mean I'm not going to go outside.
Right. And so that actually segues, we have The Price is Right episode where we further delve into what a home price means. And the market is going up steadily, but prices are still fair. So right now is a good time to buy despite all this pandemic craziness. And hey, you're home. Look at houses online, highrealestate.com.
Yes, absolutely. I hear a lot, prices have gone up, and yes, that's true. However, rates have gone down. And to purchase a property today, even though today you're gonna pay more than you paid back in 2018, the interest rate makes your payment be the same as if you'd bought in 2018. So it's a fantastic opportunity if you're feeling some remorse that, oh darn, I should have purchased a couple years ago. Right now, you could buy as if it was 2 years ago. It would cost you the same.
Which is unique.
Yeah.
And so, even then, we love to stress that despite it, like a home seeming like a huge purchase, you can always get another home. Say you build equity, you stay there for a few years, you can always get another home. So, holding out for that unicorn, although it's unrealistic, but it is possible, and there's no better way to invest.
I agree. I think it's just establishing your starting line. And from that moment, all of your future investments, that's your base. And yeah, just get started sooner rather than later.
Yes, so if you're looking to pull the trigger, if you want to know more about the market, you can visit our Instagram, our YouTube, or even our website.
Or Facebook.
Oh, Facebook as well. We're
everywhere.
Very, very digital these days. And so yes, stay healthy out there. Wishing you all the best, and wear a mask.
All
Thanks.
right.